It was past midnight. The city lay silent, wrapped in the stillness of the night. The streets were empty, the moonlight filtering through scattered clouds, casting shadows on the old buildings. A chilly breeze whispered through the cracks of an old house, where once the world's greatest boxer, Muhammad Ali, sat alone. The weight of his past pressed heavily on him, like an old, worn-out blanket. He held a photograph in his hands, a glimpse of his younger days, his victories, his dreams. Now, there was only silence. The quiet was broken by a soft, unexpected knock. At first, he dismissed it, thinking it was just the wind or a figment of his imagination. But when the knock came again, he took a deep breath, slowly rising from his chair. Each step echoed in the stillness, his heartbeat pounding louder than the silence. As he reached the door, he paused, placing a hand gently on the worn wood. After a moment, he opened it. No one was there, but on the ground, right at his feet, lay a pair of old, tattered boxing gloves. Muhammad's eyes welled up. These gloves belonged to his brother, Rahman, lost to him many years ago. His hand trembled as he picked them up, slipping them onto his hands. The moment he did, memories flooded back. He was taken back to their childhood in Louisville, running through dusty streets, Rahman always by his side. They were inseparable, full of life, ready to take on the world. But then, one particular memory hit him harder than any punch he'd ever taken. It was a hot summer day. Rahman was trapped, surrounded by a group of older kids who were pushing him around, their laughter ringing cruelly in the air. Rahman's frightened cries echoed in the narrow alley. From a distance, Muhammad saw what was happening, his heart clenched, fury rising within him. Without hesitation, he sprinted towards the group. "Leave him alone," he shouted, diving into the fray. He shoved the kids away, sending them stumbling to the ground. They took one look at his fiery eyes and bolted, disappearing down the street. Rahman sat on the ground, tears streaming down his face. Muhammad dropped to his knees, pulling his little brother into a tight embrace. "I've got you. Don't worry, I'm here," he whispered. In that moment, Rahman felt safe, shielded by his brother's unbreakable strength. That memory seared into his mind was a constant reminder of their bond. Rahman had always been the quiet one, but his spirit was fierce. They never forgot that day. It strengthened their connection, solidifying a love that nothing could break. Muhammad, holding those gloves now, could almost hear Rahman's voice, soft yet unwavering. "Muhammad, you weren't just a champion," the voice said, echoing from deep within. "You were our dreams, our hopes. We were always with you." Tears streamed down Muhammad's face. The sound of Rahman's voice brought a sense of peace he hadn't felt in years. Slowly, he set the gloves down and exhaled deeply. Closing his eyes, he allowed himself to feel the warmth of that memory, not as a source of pain, but as a beacon of comfort. That night, those gloves weren't just relics of the past. They were a sign, a signal that it was time to let go, to make peace with the ghosts of yesterday. Muhammad returned to his bed, the weight of regret and sorrow lifting. For the first time in a long while, he drifted into a deep sleep. In his dreams, he and Rahman were once again running through those childhood streets, laughing and free. There were no partings, no loss, just the enduring bond of brotherhood. Muhammad Ali had finally found solace. He wasn't just a legend. He was a man who had come to understand the profound depth of forgiveness and peace. His story was no longer just about triumphs and trials, but about finding grace amidst the struggles. And as he lay there, the words echoed softly in his mind. "Every hardship reveals the true strength within us."